Hello, in this video I'm going to describe to you exactly what I mean by the sentence, the person who cares about the prospect wins, in two circumstances in my life, both with one of the coaching calls that I just got off of with a client, as well as a sales conversation I had yesterday. And for those of you who do not know me, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am by making small improvements to my life every single day. So, first item of business is specifically the sentence, the person who cares about the prospect more wins. And when I say wins, I don't love that word, specifically in the sales conversation, because at the end of a call, if you get the sale, you don't want to feel like, fucking got him. Like, that's not like how you feel, because ultimately what you're trying to do is help someone make a decision that will help themselves. And so you're helping someone. And if you've helped someone, it's not like, fucking, yes, got him. Like, I delivered that medication to the patient who is sick. It's like, that's not how a doctor feels. So, like, that's not what's going on. But I'll start with the coaching client thing, and then we'll go to the sales conversation. So with the coaching client, without getting into too much detail, keeping it vague-ish, but like it serves as a purpose. What is it? So we had a conversation last week, action steps were outlined, and then there was like the follow-up, the next call was today. And then they sent me a message just being like, going like, hey, progress wasn't really like made. Like, they did make progress, but I don't know whether it's necessary to have another call. Like, maybe we could just do this over email. And then like we'll just like follow up again next week kind of thing. And I'm thinking going, no. Like, in my head, I'm thinking going like, are they doing it because they feel like they're taking up too much of my time? Because at this point, I'm just doing it for free, or are they doing it because they don't want to do it? Because like those are two different sort of things. And then like I actually asked them the question, going like, well, what if I said no, we can't reschedule? Like, can I say that? And then they said like, yeah. I was going like, okay, cool. No, we're not rescheduling. We'll have a conversation. And then we had the conversation sort of thing. And by the end of it, then they said going like I don't know why I thought this was going to be something that like we could have done over email. Like, this was one of the best sessions yet, which was great. But then also what it showcased to me is the like, because I'm trying to figure out what sort of value I'm actually having to provide. But so what it showcased is my job is because if what I help doing is help people set more effective goals and then actually reach those more effectively set goals, long-term and short, then I can't like, I have to hold them accountable to that. So then that's what it is. It's easier to be like, no, let's not have the meeting. We'll kind of do something else, and then you're not. It's not that you're avoiding it. You're still making progress, but like it's easier to just kind of not do anything, which is similar to what was happening before the coaching calls were going on. And so because what was happening before wasn't making progress, the change needs to occur. And if I genuinely care about the client, I will put them into that uncomfortable situation, even if they didn't want to do it, and go like, no, you have to make it. Like that, like you should feel bad for missing it. You have been missing this call up until this point. And up until this point, you haven't been making progress of the thing that you want to be making on. So then I think that's more the tie-in into the person who cares more about the prospect wins. Again, don't love the word, but my job is to push past that discomfort and push put them into their discomfort zone, because on the other side of that discomfort is a better sort of place, like, because there's more clarity that comes with that. But then it was interesting, because I think it just gives me permission to be more harsh and intense, rather than being like, okay, I should be soft. It's like, no, being soft is not what they, unless being soft is what they need. But then I think it's more going like, no, I don't think being soft is what they need. There's people who are online that are like sales trainers and stuff that are super intense, and I think to myself going like, it would be useful if I had them yelling at me for like just a bit. Like, I think I would do more shit. And I'm going like, okay, well, if that's the feeling I have, then that potentially is something that I have to put in place. Now, okay, so pushing past the discomfort with the coaching client thing, going like, oh, you just want to kind of push it off. No, we have to go into it, is similar. If you abstract out the material, like see kind of like the structure of it, is similar to being on a sales conversation. And this isn't the example, but being on a sales conversation and someone saying, I want to think about it. And I want to think about it just as I don't want to make a decision. I don't want to confront this thing. I just would like to go away and not have to think about this anymore. Perfect. So then my job is to, one, make them feel comfortable making the decision, but two, get them to actually confront it. It's like, no, you're on this call to figure out whether or not this program is something you want to do. The answer, yes or no, are both options, and at the end of the day, it's your call. There is no trick. I'm not trying to manipulate you, and I know that I'm like, unless you're a terrible amateur salesperson, in which case you're trying to manipulate and coerce someone into buying. In which case you go like, well, what are you selling that you have to coerce people into getting? Like, it must not be valuable. But if what you represent truly is valuable, and you believe it is valuable, then the job is to get them to decide yes or no works. It is their decision. Like going like, why haven't you said no? I'm seeing that pattern sort of emerge, kind of thing. Now, shit, man, I need to figure out this shit. The second conversation that occurred, this we'll put over here. The second conversation that occurred was yesterday. There was a call that I self-generated through LinkedIn, self-book demo that I held. It was a video call. Conversation was going great. I asked them initially like what brought them what led them to actually book the call in the first place. And then they were saying a story about someone else reaching out, and I thought it was someone who worked for the company and was going to apologize, and then they said that no, it was a different company, and they were like super pestered. And then so I think I'm adding too much detail of what the conversation about and less about the reason why I'm bringing it up. The conversation was going well. She was engaged. She was saying good things about the program, had gone through the questionnaire, seemed interested in trying us out and in a growth mode. Like, everything was giving green flags. Then we get to pricing. And when I sent her the pricing page and she opens it up, you could see the smile disappear from her face and her face flush red. And not anger, but more just, it was not what she was hoping for. And then it went like the dynamic of the conversation turned away from a yes, let's get me signed up, to being like, okay, like, no, this is valuable, but it's just not something that we could do right now. Would like to in a future, and a genuine would like to in a future, not a brush off in the future kind of thing. Got off the call. So this is the tie-in. What I know is, like, at that moment, they weren't going to sign up on that call either way. Like, we established that at the beginning. Like, there was like, they were going on vacation, like at the first week of the next month, and either way, it wouldn't be happening until next month mid. But then I'm thinking, going, you know what? I think this person is like a prime candidate for like a much lower tier offer. Like in terms of price point, like there's less to the program, but in terms of like where am I trying to go with? Here's the plan that I took from it is that, okay, so I'm going to make a note, because I like asked on the call, going like, when can I reach out again so I don't annoy you? And she appreciated that, but I'm going to reach out before then at next month with this alternative offer. This is what it is which technically, if my quota is based on the amount of revenue that I generate or the amount of advisors I bring on, this one is a low ticket, so it doesn't generate very much revenue for my quota, as well as wouldn't count as an advisor. So there's no contractual incentive or financial incentive for me to offer this program for them. But I'm going to, because I believe that if I keep the prospect top of mind and do what I think is best for them, there will be months in sales that I don't really win very much. But if I keep that philosophy and apply it to every conversation I have consistently at a high volume over a long enough time horizon, that will be proved to be a more effective way of thinking, and I will have more success long term than if I was focused on getting the quick, short term, bigger win and going like, okay, no, I'm not going to reach out until in like when we agree to, so I can get them on the bigger level. Because although I might be saying, well, one thing, you can't lose something you didn't have, so the sale isn't complete yet, so I haven't lost a sale. But you could say that I'm losing out on potential money later, but the way I like to think about it is if I feel in my core that I'm actually trying to help the person, and I have examples of me, and examples of me myself that I see with my own eyes, actions that I'm doing, of me acting despite my own egotistical self-interests and doing what I believe to be right for the person, like particular individual, that will give me the confidence too when speaking with someone who can be at the higher level, who I also believe could benefit from the program, with more confidence and enthusiasm, and therefore get them on that high level, because I know in my heart or the core there's no internal conflict of me thinking, am I doing this for them or me? Like, am I just doing it for the money? Because I go like, well, no, I know I'm not just doing it for the money, because like I can think of these 3 other people who I actually got less money for and didn't even count because I was trying to help them. 2 reasons why that's good. Internally, I'll speak with more conviction, but they will be able to pick up on that. And more specifically, they will be able to detect the lack of ulterior motive. And then therefore that they will be more likely to trust me. And again, the point is to help people. Like, the point is like, be in a position where you can make a fuck ton of money by helping people. We pay doctors a lot of money, like they're fucking making bank, and they damn well should be, because they're doing good shit. So it's like, it's about, like, it's not just about money, but money's a factor. It's like, money's not I think it's just, there's lots of things that I'm thinking about. But again, all resolved, whether that is in a coaching conversation where you're dealing with an actual client or a prospective client, at the end of the day, the person who cares more about the prospect and the person in question, the prospect or client, wins. Like, they are not in charge, but that is they determine the outcome. It's not like, I need a different word for wins. I'm going to keep it as the title of the video, just because it's a concise way of saying it. But it doesn't speak to the essence of what it is that I'm trying to say, because you don't win a sales call. Caring more about the prospect than the prospect cares about themselves is the right way to handle situations like this. Clementine Club, thanks for sticking around as always, and remember to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. I'll talk to you later.